Hello Squirrels and welcome back to BPM6 TV. Today what it is 10 at least good reasons why you should buy a Korg MW2408. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hang on a minute, just a moment ago you posted a video, 5 good reasons why you shouldn't buy one. And yes, if you have a specific application in mind, do check out that video for some what those applications might be. Then maybe the 2408 is not for you. However, it is a compelling package. First, it's a hybrid mixer. It has, as Greg Mackey would say, and Greg was one of the designers along with Peter Watts, as Greg would say, it's got the simplicity of analog, one knob per function, plus the power of digital on the outputs. Simplicity of analog on the inputs, power of digital on the output. So let's just work that through. First off, there's the high volt mic preamps. Peter Watts, well known from his background at Trident and with Mackie, has designed mic inputs 10% more rail voltage, 10% more headroom, da-de-da. And what it does show is a commitment to audio quality, because let us not forget, it is all about the sound in the end. Well, what about that ease of use? Well, the 2408 has 8 dedicated channels for mics and 8 channels if you've got the 2408, which are stereo inputs, or they can be switched to mono mic input. So you could have just 16 mic inputs if you want. Now, the 8 dedicated mic inputs each have a 1 knob compressor. Simple dynamics processing across your main mic inputs. Really handy. Why would you not want that? It's you reach out and touch it. There's no fiddling with menus. It's right there straight off the bat. You've got 4 stereo subgroups, so 8 outputs behind faders, so you can control levels, which you can use for drum submixes, say, or feeding other rooms if you're in a church context. And they wanted to have this flexible output option. And of course you could, if you wanted to do an 8-track, hook up your DAW and you'd have access to 8 individual outputs. What next? Well, talking of flexibility and grouping, there is one of the greatest features, which is mute groups. They have added 4 mute groups, which are dead easy to use. You could mute a set. You could go between sets. You could mute all your vocal mics, whatever you wanted, whatever your application where you want to get rid of all the chat, but then bring them back exactly at the push of a button. Mute groups have it. There is also, bless them, a master mute, which mutes everything except for, and this is a sign of how thoughtful they've been, except for your walk-in music. Walk-in music's on inputs 25 and 26 on a stereo mini jack with its own volume control, but you mute everything, but that carries on. Isn't that great? So you set up your first song, you're all ready to go, you mute the whole desk. You can bring it back with one button, but you let your walk-in music run. Now, that's the a lot of the analogs. Oh, I should mention while I'm talking about the analogs, you've got 4 AUXes, and you do not burn an AUX for your effects send, because there's an individual effects send pot on every channel. And talking of those AUXes, 2 of them have got their musicians' headphones option. And that is, I think with the rise of stereo IEMs, a quick way of putting your left-right output into your musicians' headphones. And they've then got everything in the mix. And of course, if you want to give them more of everything, you have a left-right pot, you just do that. You don't have to go around, 20 pots tweaking that. You've got that on one pot. And if you want just more of them, well, of course, you reach out to them and you tweak one pot. It's very clever. It works very well, as I said, with stereo IEMs. And it's a very smart feature for making live work just that little bit easier. And we all want our lives to be a little bit easier. Now, talking of that, there is a digital section on board. It's petit, or bijou, as we say in Wales. But it packs a fair old punch. There's an automatic feedback exterminator. There's a spectral analyzer if you want to do that manually, because you've also got some fine-tunable EQ, and those are applicable. The automatic option and other options are applicable not only to the main output but also to AUX 1 and 2, which might well be driving your stage monitors, and so that's where you want to be dealing with feedback. There's also a bucket load of reverbs and chorus and delay and all sorts of stuff on there, and you can save out. You can change your settings on one of those, and if you particularly like the setup you found, you can save that into a user memory. It's quite a lot, isn't it, when you think about it? Now, have they achieved that vision of analog simplicity on the inputs and digital power on the outputs? I think they have. And that's why, in short, that's why I bought it. I think well done for Korg for stepping into the market and offering something very different. Obviously, time will tell. I've only just got this. I'll give some feedback on it maybe later on. And if you've got one or you've got feedback on this video, please do drop that in the comments down below. Do subscribe. It does help. And come back soon. Bye for now.